Awesome. We're live. Welcome to today. We are having our second ever chamber chat. I have today with me here Stephanie Brown. She is the CEO and co-founder of the U.S. Military Spouse Chamber of Commerce, as well as the CEO of the Rosie Network, which you may have heard of. And today we are talking about something that's super cool. At the U.S. Military Spouse Chamber of Commerce, we have created the first of its kind ever in history, military spouse-owned enterprise certification. So if you think veteran-owned, woman-owned, minority-owned, we have created military spouse-owned as a category, and we have a whole certification process that we're going to talk about today. So if you are a military spouse and you own a business, listen up. We're going to tell you how to get certified today. Stephanie, why don't you tell us just a little bit about yourself, and then we'll talk about the certification.
Okay. Well, I have been a business owner before I got married and became a Navy spouse decades ago, back when, the dinosaurs roamed the earth and pre-internet. I'm aging myself here, but no, I have been a military spouse for a long time. I've been a business owner for a long time. I grew up around entrepreneurship. My father served, 20 years, Vietnam veteran. He opened up a small business in California when he retired. So I spent my weekends and after school hours doing, everything and anything for that store. And so I really, that's where I sort of caught the bug. And then, when I moved to DC, I opened several small businesses. And then, that fateful day when I met what would become my husband, standing in line at a card store, and became a military spouse, and then started that journey. I was always, always wanted to be my own boss. I don't know, I'm just kind of hardwired that way. But then, I adopted and recognized that, wow, there's so many military spouses out there like me who, had careers and, couldn't find jobs, et cetera, and that, watching this growing segment, realized that, hey, I don't have to work for somebody else. I don't have to try to fit my lifestyle into a 9-to-5 Monday through Friday. I can take my, my skill, my hobby, my passion, my career, and really develop it, for myself. So that really kind of started me on the journey, and that was really the reason I started the Rosie Network. I think this year will be our 10-year anniversary. Whoop, whoop. And then, of course, the evolution to, okay, how do we actually create a seat at the table for military spouses out there? And that was, the impetus behind the chamber. So that was probably more about me than you wanted to know, but let's see. I have horses, I have alpacas, I have 2 boys, and I love what I do.
So we're talking about the certification, and the story behind the certification. It didn't start yesterday. It's been in the making for a number of years. So Stephanie, tell us what on earth made you think of this in the first place, how it came to be, and then we'll talk after that about how to get the certification.
Yeah. So I have to give a very big special shout out to my buddy Wayne over at USAA. He and I were part of a group together, and the whole issue of veteran and service disabled veteran owned, and the certifications that were out there that were available for service members and veterans. And I don't even remember who brought it up first. It might have been Wayne, it might have been me, doesn't really matter. But we started having this conversation, and there was a lot of work behind the whole process. Really diving deep into what are these other bodies doing? So We Bank, the National Minority, I can never remember, and God, someone over there is going to email me and give me grief, but to be, if you're a minority business owner, woman business owner, veteran, service disabled, and CVE done through the Veterans Administration, we literally laid out line item by line item, what do they require? How do we develop something for spouses that is actually legit, not just hey, I'm a military spouse and I have a business, but really something that corporations would be willing to recognize and support because it's based on industry standards, right? And that's kind of how it started. And Wayne and several other folks over at USAA put a lot of work and effort into it. And then it just, when you and I connected with Beth on the Military Spouse Entrepreneur Task Force with, Mrs. McConville and others, I just knew that it had to be through a chamber. It had to be with the right people to push it out and to advocate for it, that were really willing to put the time, blood, sweat, and tears and effort into it to make it legitimate. And that's kind of how it started, and that's where we are. And Jamie, tell us about the spouse-owned businesses that have currently been certified. And I know we have people in the queue, so thank you to those who have applied and that are being patient with us. But tell us about the first, which is historic.
Yes, so we just announced. We are so proud. The very, very first ever in history certified military spouse-owned enterprise is Instant Teams. So the team, Erica and Liza over there, they're a pair of military spouses who founded Instant Teams, and they came through as the first ever certified military spouse-owned enterprise. I was looking at their website; it's on there. I'm so proud. They have the badge and everything. So that's a huge organization to come through first. We've got 4 certified businesses right now because we're building this program out. It started on January 1st, so we've only been open for about 40 days. Right now we have 14 more in the queue. In about an hour, I'm going to wrap up the 5th business because we're at a site visit. So so far 4 certified military spouse-owned enterprises and counting. And so I think now is probably a good time to talk about what to do for the certification. So just the 40,000 foot level overview of it is you have to have a legalized business entity and you have to be owned and operated by a military spouse or spouses, or, so you have to have, if you're a spouse married to a veteran, if you're a mutually owned business like Instant Teams with 2 military spouses that own it, you have to be owned and operated by a military spouse. And this also includes if you were dual military at one point in your career, you were married to a service member that made you a military spouse. So if you're
like you, because you're a veteran and a spouse. So
it counts. What we look for is we look for ownership. So we need to see an operating agreement, or if you're, say, a single member LLC or something like that, we've got to see who owns and operates the company and at what percentage. Also, question in the comments, which is an excellent question, Kendall. Thank you. If you are the spouse of a veteran, you qualify for this. So that means, like, Stephanie's husband has retired from the Navy, she would still be eligible, because what we believe here at the Military Spouse Chamber is that when you sacrifice your career for your service members, you lose your peak earning season of life. And so even post-military service, you're still living with the negative effects on your career from your military time. So we allow the spouses of veterans, active duty Guard Reserve spouses, and Gold Star spouses to come on in. And so we have that all defined out on our certification page on our website. So if you're not sure if you qualify, feel free to ask us a question. Or go ahead and apply, and then we'll let you know otherwise. So lots of interest in this, Stephanie. We've got a ton of comments coming in.
Oh, goody, goody. We love comments. We love comments. We love questions. We love ideas and feedback. So really this chamber is, yes, by military spouses, for military spouses, but the key being for military spouses. So if we're missing something, if there's an opportunity or an idea that you have, please share it with us. We can't think of everything. We can't do everything. We need all of you, all of us together. We're going to lift each other up is really, part of, well, I will say this on the certification before I let my squirrel adult ADD take over. I will say this, that all of the documents that are required to get certified are all listed on the website. And I know that Jamie has been working really, really hard with another organization, with some friends of ours that are helping us build out a state-of-the-art app that will simplify the process. All the documents are being uploaded into a secure server, so your information is secure. We don't hold on to it forever. But tell us about the app, Jamie, because, you know, that's really going to be a game changer for us internally. And for you, for everybody out there wanting to get certified, because well, I'll let you explain.
So right now, to get out of the gate on January 1st, we didn't have our portal built out yet. So what we're utilizing at this moment in time is a secure Dropbox. So it's SOC 2 secure level. And for those of you who don't know what SOC 2 or SOC 3 level is, it's rated for secure storage for the financial and medical industry. So you think HIPAA compliance and you think of financial documents and all the sensitive information there. So we use a little app. It's called Ignite. It is a SOC 2 secure Dropbox. I will get on and screen share in a moment and just show you. But what Stephanie's talking about is this brand new portal. So that means you would create a login. That one is SOC 3 secure. And to validate that you are, in fact, a military spouse, you will use GovX through that. And then you'll additionally have everything right there, all these disparate pieces in one place. So you can apply, see our communication back and forth through the portal. And then it will also generate reminders to you, because it doesn't last forever. It expires after a 2-year period, and then you have to recertify. Which is industry standard. So let me just jump on right now and I will show you our certification page so you can see it and be familiar with it. And I'll show you the little documents and the checklists and everything. That way it looks familiar to you and you feel comfortable applying. It is also noting that.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Steph.
I think we should really talk about why. What's the value of going through the process to be certified? Right. Yes, it validates your business. Yes, it's free for now. So get certified. And, you know, yes, there will be B2B opportunities. And I'm really excited about the corporations that we are working with and the doors that we are opening to benefit your business. That's our job. Our job is to make sure that we are creating and educating corporations, small, medium, and large out there, that military spouse-owned businesses exist, and they come, you know, equipped with a ton of skills and resources that all these companies are going to benefit from. So I'm already going to share your screen. Let's see the process, Jamie.
All right. I'm sharing it. I haven't ever done this before, so hold on.
God, you should love technology.
All right, sharing screen 1. That should be it. Okay, here it is. Can you guys see this? If you are watching this video with us right now, drop a comment. Stephanie, you tell me if they can see it. Because I don't know how to tell if they can see my screen. I'm assuming they can because it said it pulled up. So if you're watching this, I'm just going to go on and pretend you can see it. If it's not working, tell me in the comments. So this is our certification page. You go to milspousechamber.org, and this little button right here, certification. Yep. This is it. This is the page. So it tells you about why would you register, the benefits, who is a military spouse, and it defines it out, and it gives eligibility criteria, which we've talked about a little bit. It shows you the process in a nutshell. So basically you apply, you upload your documents to our secure portal. If you have everything, the next step is a virtual site visit. If you do not have everything, I tell you what you're missing, and then you reapply with the extra mission documentation, and then you do your virtual site visit once you have everything.
Yeah. And hey, Jamie, we do have 2 tiers. And okay, because now I'm just seeing all the chats. I want to say hi to Honey. Is our number 4 certified military spouse-owned business. That's awesome. And I want to say hi to Susie. Hey, Susie. Glad you tuned in. Oh, this is so cool. Okay. Sorry, I get very easily excited, obviously.
That's okay. We've got a lot of people watching, so that means folks are interested. So the 2 tiers that she's talking about are small and large business. For the small business, if you are just proud that you're a military spouse and you want to validate and provide legitimacy for your business to build brand credibility, this is the criteria. And for large and publicly traded businesses, that is a separate, we've got to talk about if you have people that hold shares in your company and things like that. So we've got to see a different set of documents to validate ownership and control. And this is a little bit longer of a process. Yeah. That said, you can click these buttons, and I'll just pull open an example. It's going to open up Ignite, that secure portal.
We're also, I mean, if you're a military spouse, you know, nonprofits aren't owned, as anybody who's started one knows. But we do include nonprofits. So,
right. So you would get, there's a separate set of documents for nonprofits, and this little Dropbox shows everything. This is the printable checklist for small and large business. This shows nonprofits. You must sign each of these items, a statement of fact that, yes, what I said is true, and the data agreement is about utilizing our systems. And then there's a sample operating agreement. Again, you must show ownership and control, and an operating agreement is a great way to do that. So here's just what the checklist looks like, so you can see it. Oh, wait, I want to just, here we go. So it's just a little printable document, and it says for small business, here's the documents that we need you to provide. And for the large business, here's the documents that we need you to provide.
And don't panic, because I know that looks daunting. Believe me, I know. However, once the app, whoa, that's a in-screen of an in-screen.
Yeah.
Once the app is up and running, which should be very, very soon, it'll have an automatic checklist. So, and some of those documents you may not have, and that's okay. You know, you may not have those documents. So,
well, each state requires something different. So if your state does or does not require something to be a legalized entity in the state, we're going to have to look those criteria up. So that's why it takes a little bit of time for us to process these, is because we've got to look up each individual state and the requirements there to be a legalized business. So go ahead.
Once you get certified, show the badge. So you'll get a digital badge, which, you know, when for those of you that have brick and mortar stores, if you want to put a badge in your window, you know, that's available too. I don't know if you can actually see that, but, you know, yay, there it is. You can see it. So, you know, there is a badge that you can put on your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your website, that's included once you get certified. So, And somebody asked, do we have a chamber mixer, a virtual mixer? What an awesome idea, Daniel. I love that.
We have talked about a networking event where we get together with other group members of the Military Spouse Chamber. Right now, we're having these chamber chats, and we are working on getting some really amazing facilitators in to teach workshops. We're talking about getting a trademark attorney in. We have the parliamentary group is going to lend us some of their attorneys to talk about that whole, it's really complicated to move across state lines a lot, let alone reestablish your business each time. So they're going to talk about the legal pieces of that. But yes, so I think Daniel asked that question. And yes, Daniel, we want to get together and do networking mixers. Because of COVID, it'll have to be virtual. But yes, that's in the cards for the future. So questions sorry.
We're working on putting panels together with some of the corporations that we're working with that you know are really excited about what we're doing and accepting the certification and including military spouse owned in their supplier diversity portal. You know, we're working to get a panel together with some of these individuals from these companies that you'll all recognize, and talking to them about what they're looking for. Right? What they're looking for. And by the way, if you're already certified, let's say through, you know, WeBank as a woman-owned or a minority-owned business, or you're also a veteran, you know, like Jamie, and a military spouse, and you also have some, you know, NVBDC certification or something, you know, we recognize that, you know, we accept that, and it's an expedited process. So, and we can continue to advocate and open up some of these doors for you, you know, as well. So it's really for us, the commitment on our end is to make sure that we are advocating on your behalf and educating and implementing outreach efforts to get companies to recognize and spend money with military spouse-owned businesses. So wouldn't that be awesome?
That's right. Let me zip through this to finish, and then we'll jump back and chat. So if you want to apply, it's simple. You just push this button and it takes you to this same, it looks sort of like this secure Dropbox for now. In a month or so, when our portal is finished, it'll take you to the portal where you'll have to establish your login there. And then it gives you the place to log in and out and check the status of your application. Some questions that we get asked: what documents do I use to verify my military affiliation? We are mimicking USA Jobs. USA Jobs asks you for a copy of your orders, if you're a veteran, a copy of your DD-214, and to prove that you're a spouse, we need to see a marriage certificate. So we have people asking us, can I just send my DoD military ID? And no, we are not legally allowed to ask you for that document. So please send us something to verify that you are a military affiliated. In about a month, this doesn't matter. You'll have to use GovX to verify.
Which is super easy, online, takes almost no time whatsoever.
Yeah.
And GovX ID does verification services for the Veterans Administration, so it's legit. And it'll be very easy to do.
Yeah. So here's our FAQs on the website. These are things just with the 14 folks I've had come through. These are questions they're asking. We do not need a notary for any of these documents. The statement of fact is saying, yes, I am who I say I am, and the things I've presented to you are true and factual. You need a witness to sign that. It does not have to be a notary, just FYI. And then some other things are here that you can come through and explore this and look at it yourself. But I just wanted to show you all. This is the certification page, the home to this certification. And there you go. Let me exit out of my screen share. I don't know exactly how to do this. Remove. Okay.
There we go.
Are we back?
There we go.
All right. I think we're back regular. So let us know if we look funny.
Well, I love the idea of and Daniel says he has Zoom webinar capabilities. We have that too, but thank you. But yeah, I love the idea of doing a mixer. And I mean, it's really, I love ideas. So you guys are out there in the space, how can we help you, right?
Yep. So let's talk, there's a virtual site visit component to this. And so I want to talk about the virtual site visit. The industry standard, let's say you want to become a woman business entity or a veteran business entity, all of these other certifying bodies utilize a site visit. Prior to COVID, a lot of these were in-person site visits. This is all about providing legitimacy and credibility to the businesses that are certified. We have a virtual site visit, and I'll just explain the process a little bit. What I do is I ask you some questions. They're voluntary self-identification questions about you as the founder or the founders of the business, and some voluntary self-identification questions about the business. We'll ask things about, are you a product or service-based business? We'll talk about your revenue, things like that. The idea here is to gather data about the people and the business so that we can prove the business case about why do business at all with a military spouse enterprise. So in time, hopefully we'll be a really great source of information for folks on types of military spouse-owned businesses out there, but we've got to start here with our certification and get folks through the certification process. If you have a storefront or a mobile business, for example, like where I live here at Fort Hood, there's a mobile pet grooming salon, and she comes with a trailer and she washes my dog in her truck. If you have a business that services a customer in your home, if you're a massage therapist and you have an office in your home, during the virtual site visit, I will just briefly ask you to show me around with your laptop or your cell phone. Again, it's all about providing credibility. If this were an in-person site visit, we would come into your coffee shop, take a look around, and just see kind of what it feels like to be a customer. That said, we are not any kind of a state agency. We're not coming by with a clipboard and checking your ceiling to make sure it's not leaking. We're just there to provide, to take a look, feel how it feels to be a customer, and get it, make sure that it's a legitimate, business operation. So if it's a 100% virtual business like my own, I'm sitting in my office right now. I don't see your service clients here. I'm just going to talk you through the questions about your business and then, speak with you. We're not going to necessarily have a look around. So I got some questions about that component. In the future, post COVID-19, we might implement physical site visits if you have a storefront, but I believe the industry may lean towards conducting virtual site visits from here on out. It's logistically easier.
Yeah, I mean, it's believe me, don't be intimidated. We're not making, so if anybody has any questions about the process, you can certainly post them here, even if it's after the video, or if you want to email us or reach out to us, we're happy to answer those questions.
That's right. So,
but again, it's look soon, because we'll be sharing out some of the companies that we're working with that are, going to be accepting the certification. They want to do business with you. So we're really excited about that. And then also, we are very busy behind the scenes, developing out not just the certification, not just getting companies, big companies, small companies. If you are a company and you want to accept a certification, let us know, right? Let us know, because that just adds to your branding. It adds to your commitment to the military community. If you're a spouse-owned or a veteran-owned business and you want to recognize the certification, let us know. We'll put you on our website. We're building out our opportunity board so that our corporate partners can actually post supplier diversity opportunities for our members. Members only will have access to that opportunity board. If you are a member and you want to post your capabilities, right, what products and services you have, you can post that there. So again, I mean, that's going to be our job, is creating more of those, is really getting out and advocating and educating companies on how to do business with military spouses. So not to beat the horse, but that's a lot of that is rolling out, and a lot of exciting news coming in the not too distant future on who's going to be accepting those, and some of the behind the scenes work that we're doing that will help you prepare your product, your service, your business to be capable of doing business with some of these companies, right? So a lot of work on behind the scenes that we'll be announcing and sharing out really soon. That's going to be a game changer. It's going to be a game changer.
So you can think of this opportunity board. It's already up on our website. You can think of it as a job board. It kind of looks like a job board, but the idea is to connect you, the military spouse business owner, with companies that want to hire businesses to do B2B enterprise. So we want to be that conduit, that modality for you to meet these other organizations and to compete for their business. So that's our whole mission here, is we want you to succeed as a business owner, and we'll try to facilitate relationships to make that happen for you. It looks like we've got a lot of support in the comments. I don't see any questions unless I missed them. But if you have questions at any time, whether it's now or later, drop them in the comments, or you can go and reach out directly to us via message, and we will answer them for you as best we can. I thank you, Stephanie, for coming on and talking about the certification today.
Oh, my pleasure.
We've had an overwhelming amount of positive response to this chat. So hopefully we'll see some more applications in the queue soon.
Join the chamber, and I know you guys talked at the last chamber chats, Jamie, about volunteering or getting involved. We're getting a lot of folks going, how can I support this? There's no way I'm not going to be a part of this, which we love. So, there are opportunities to join the advisory board, to be an advocate. We're going to be recognizing our ambassadors, a brand ambassador. We're going to be recognizing our brand ambassadors. So again, this is really about us lifting each other up, whether you're a spouse or not. So even if you've never served, but you are committed to the military community, and recognize how much military spouses sacrifice and how important it is for spouses to be able to stand on their feet, contribute to their families, contribute to our country. Get involved. We need you. We really, really do need you. So thank you to everybody for joining us, for following us. Share it with your friends. Let's get this movement. And don't forget, it's Year of the Military Spouse Entrepreneur. It was launched on the cover of Military Families magazine. The hashtag is 2021 Mil Spouse Biz. Tag a friend, include that hashtag. We're going to be posting and sharing everybody that adopts that hashtag and shares it out. Let's elevate the conversation. This is the year of the military spouse entrepreneur. Let's make it real.
Awesome. And with that, we will close. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. And thank you, Stephanie.